Fine, good morning to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and you all are doing well. So I hope by God's grace you all are safe. So pray to God daily for your health, your studies, your food, your enjoyment, your parents, each and everything. Okay students? So warm greetings to you all students. Welcome to our today's online class. Okay students? So this period is computer science for you. Please take all of you your computer textbooks and listen carefully. So what are things I'm teaching? Okay students? So now we are studying about chapter 6. So what's the title of your chapter students? Control structures, isn't it? So being a nearly a 2 weeks a long gap afterwards we are studying this chapter, isn't it? So what are things you have studied in this chapter students? Lot of things, isn't it? Looping statements, iteration statements, for loop, while loop, if else, nested loop, such a lot of things you have studied, isn't it? So today we are going to study about the last part of this chapter. Okay, so what's the last topic means? So jump statements. Okay, so what's the last topic in this chapter students? Jump statements. So what do you mean by jump statements in Python? Okay, so jump, normally what do you mean by jump? So you are going to jump from one place to another place, isn't it? In the same way, so programming also you are going to transfer the control from one part of the program to some other part of the program. Okay students, so in a Python program also you are going to transfer so actually the program will execute line by line, isn't it? That's a normal thing, but we are going to alter the flow. So from the same order it won't get executed, so you are going to change the or alter the flow from the original. So normally, so it will execute line by line, but you are going to alter in the flow of the program as it is. Okay, so jump statements is mainly used to transfer the control from one part of the program to next part of the program. Maybe it's a main part to the loop or a loop to some other part or etc. Okay, so normally there are three keywords are used in the jump statements. Okay, so there are how many keywords are there students? Normally there are three keywords are there to use the jump statements. What are the three keywords means? Break, continue and pass. Okay students, what are the three keywords? Break, continue and pass. Okay, so first we are going to see about break statement. Okay, first we are going to see the flow chart about which one students? Break statement. Okay, so listen. So normally, so if you need to check some conditions or anything, you will give. So inside the loop, you will give what? Some condition, isn't it? So likewise, here also you are going to give what? Some conditions. So first the program will enter here. So after entering here, the program will check some condition. Okay. So if you are checking the condition, either the condition may be true or false, isn't it? Either true or it will becomes false. So if the condition is true, normally if the condition is true means, listen, so what are the statements you are giving inside the true? That all the statements will execute. Okay, so here for example, statement 1, statement 2, like a lot of things they are giving. So in between the statements, if you are giving the keyword break, okay, so in between the statements you are giving the keyword break. So once you have given the keyword break means, listen carefully, so the break statement, if the program find the keyword break, so automatically it will stop the flow of control there. So it will automatically, the program will stop the execution at that point. Okay, then the program will come outside of the loop. Okay students, then the program will come outside of the loop. Okay, then outside of the loop, maybe it's a else part or anything. So outside of the loop, what are things you are giving, that part will execute. So remaining what are things you are giving inside that loop, it will not get executed. That's the use of break statement. Okay students, what's the use of break statement? So break statement stop the execution of the program at that point. Which point you are giving the break statement? So in which part of the program you are giving the break statement, so that point the program will stop the execution. Okay, then it will continue the next part. Maybe it's a else. So if you are giving the break statement inside the if condition means, so it will stop that if condition or true part, then it come outside of the loop. So what are the things you are giving outside, that it will get executed. Okay, so for example, so look at this diagram. So you are giving some condition. So and next to the condition is true means automatically what are the statements you are giving inside the true statement will execute. See, so inside this true block, you are giving the keyword break. So once the program finds a keyword break, automatically it will stop. Remaining what are things you are giving, so all the statements will get stopped. Then it will come outside. See, automatically it will come outside of the loop. Okay, then else part also won't get executed. So outside the else, what are things you are giving, that thing alone it will get executed. Understood, students? Okay. So now they are giving explanation about break. What do you mean by a break? So normally break statement is mainly used to terminate or end the loop statement. Okay, students, what's the use of break statement? Normally used to end or terminate the loop. Okay, so automatically the program will move the control from one part of the program to the next part of the program. Okay, so you can use this break statement either inside the while loop or the for loop. Okay, so sometimes inside the while loop or for loop you are giving some condition, for example 5 times or 6 times the loop need to be get executed, but in between if you are giving the keyword break means automatically it will come outside of the loop, so it won't get iterate. Okay, so normally whenever the program will find the keyword break, automatically it will come outside of the loop. Okay, sometimes if you are using the nested loop, what do you mean by nested? So one loop inside next one, that is called nested, isn't it? So inside the nested loop you are giving the break statement means, listen carefully. So first it will terminate the innermost loop. Okay, in the nested loop if you are giving the break statement, always it will terminate the innermost loop first. Okay, then it will come outside of the loop. Understood, student? Okay, so this is syntax of break question. Break statement is very important question. Okay, so if you are giving break statement means, so what's the keyword you need to use means break. So what's the keyword used to give the break statement? Break. Okay, students, then listen, see this diagram. So you are giving some condition. Okay, maybe it's a for loop or while loop, you are giving some condition. Okay, so inside if the condition either becomes true or false. If the condition is true, automatically it will come inside the loop. So if the condition is true, inside they are giving break keyword. Okay, so already said if the compiler, once you are executing the program, compiler interpreter find a keyword break, automatically it will stop at that position or come outside of the loop. See, if the condition is true, then so inside that you are giving which one? Break statement. So if the break statement if you are giving means automatically will come outside or exit the loop. Okay, so if the break keyword is not given means automatically again the loop will get continue. Understood, students? Okay. So listen. So this is the working of break statement inside both for loop as well as while loop. So listen, what's a syntax for for? For, then you need to give some variable, then some sequence or range of function. Okay, then you are giving some condition. If inside the condition you are giving break statement. So once if you are giving the break statement means automatically it will come outside of the loop. Okay, so inside you are giving lot of statement. So once you are given break statement means automatically it will come outside of the loop. Then you can give inside the while loop. Okay, so while loop also inside you are giving if condition. Inside if condition you are giving what? Some keyword called break. Okay, so once it will find the keyword break, automatically it will come outside of the loop. Okay, student. So see this arrow mark. Once the keyword break, the compiler is find by the keyword break means automatically it will come outside of the loop. Okay, so listen. So this is the sample program to illustrate what break statement. Okay, this is listen carefully. So here they are giving inside the loop called what? For loop. Okay, student. So for loop. So what's the syntax for? Variable in sequence. So what's the variable name you are giving? Word. So what's the variable name, students? Word. In so sequence in the place of sequence you are giving some sentence or strings or numbers or range whatever maybe. Here you are giving one string. What's the string? Simply they have given one word called jump statement. So if you are giving any strings or anything, you should give inside what? Double quotes. Okay. Then for, if, for, else, all the statements are ends with one colon. Okay, student. So if you are using the break statement, listen carefully. First you are going to use the break statement inside which loop, students? For loop. Okay, student. So for loop, what's the syntax for loop? For, then you need to give some variable. So what's the variable you are giving? Word. Then in sequence means in you are giving some statements. What's the word you are giving? Jump statement. Okay, so here you are giving strings. So strings always you need to enclose within what? Double quotes. Okay, student. Then at the end you should give one colon. Listen. So inside the for loop, you are giving which one? If statement. So your condition is, listen carefully. If, so you are giving the string in which variable, students? Which variables? Word. So you should call the variable. So what's the variable name? Word. So what condition mean? So if the word double equal to E, that means what word already you are giving. So in that word, the letter E is present means. Okay, what's the meaning of this one, student? Already you are giving one string. So the string you are giving in the variable which one? Word. So in that word, the variable or letter E is presented means. Okay. So if the letter E is presented means automatically, so you are giving break. Automatically it will come outside of the loop. So after the word E, what are the things you are giving? It won't get execute. Okay, maybe it's a else part or whatever. Maybe the else part also if you are giving means it won't get execute. Okay, students. So now I am running the program. So listen carefully. So one by one it will get execute. Listen. First it will print the word J. So it will check whether the the word J is E. No. So it will print the word J. Next it will print the word U. So it will check whether it is E. No. Then it will print the word M. Whether it is E. No. Then P. Whether it is E. No. Then S. Okay. T. A. T. So once it will reach the word E, so your condition becomes true. See, E double equal to C. So here you are finding the word E. So what you are giving? If the word containing the letter E means what you need to give? You need to give the break statement. What's the use of break statement? Automatically it will come outside of the loop. So listen carefully. Once it have find the keyword E, so automatically it will come outside. So remaining parts, what are things you are giving? It won't get execute. So remaining CMENT, that and all word you won't get print. Okay. So see the output. JUMP is still this letter T, it will get print. So after the letter E, it won't get print. Understood, students? Okay. The same program. So this program you have studied using the jump break statement only with the if part. So next program you are going to study both with if and else part. Okay, same program only. So same program with if and else part. Okay. So listen carefully. Already you have studied break statement. Okay. So else part also, if you are giving break statement inside the true part, so something you are giving, it will, if a keyword is break, it will find means automatically come outside of the blue. Even the else part if you are giving means also the else part also won't get execute. Okay, same program, listen. So what output you will get till now? JUMP STAT. So else part you are giving print end of the loop. So if you are giving break, automatically it will come outside of the loop. So loop means if and else. So else part what are things you are giving, that also it won't get print. Okay, so automatically it will come outside of the loop. So outside of the loop, what you are getting? End of the program. So what output you will get? End of the program. Understood, student? So else part if you are giving means also else part won't get print. It will automatically come outside of the loop. Understood, students? What's the use of jump statement? Okay. So next one is continue statement. Okay. So continue statement is not just like the break. Okay. So continue statement. So when the keyword continue is given inside the loop, so it will skip that part alone. Okay, it will skip only that part alone. So remaining part of the loop will continue, or remaining part of the loop will start the execution, or remaining part of the loop start the iteration. Okay, so break statement means automatically it will come outside of the loop. Remaining part won't get executed, isn't it? But continue statement is not like that break statement. So only that part alone it will skip. Remaining part of the program it will get executed. Okay, student. So syntax, see the syntax. So continue statement also giving using the keyword what? Continue. Okay. So see this one. See the flowchart. For first inside the loop you are giving some conditions or testing expression. So if the condition is true means what you need to give? So inside that condition is true, I am giving the keyword continue. Okay. So if a keyword break means automatically it will come outside of the loop. See, listen carefully. If the condition, giving the condition or inside the word you are giving continue mean only that part of the program alone it will get skipped, and remaining part of the thing. See, Dharma. So continue means only that part alone it will skip. Then remaining part again this iteration will start. So remaining what are things you are giving, that iteration will form. Okay. Condition is false means automatically come outside of the loop. Okay. See, same only already you have studied, no, but last you have given the keyword break, but instead of keyword break you should give on continue, but the arrow mark also you need to change. That is very, very important. First you are giving inside which loop? For loop. What's the syntax, student? For loop? For variable in sequence, isn't it? Then inside the for loop you are giving some condition. So which loop you are using? If. So if condition. So inside the which keyword you are using? Continue. So continue means what I said, only that part alone it will skip and remaining part it will continue. See the arrow mark. Break means automatically the arrow mark looks like this side. That means automatically come outside. Continue means only that part will skip, remaining part will continue. Okay, same in while also you are giving if condition. Continue means only that part alone skip, remaining part will execute. Okay students, see the program. Okay, see same program, same already you have studied, no, same you are giving the keyword word inside the for. So you are the word, you are giving variable called word in. So in string you are giving the called jump statement, same. So if the word e, but instead of break you are giving the keyword what? Continue. Okay students, inside the break you are giving continue. What's the use of continuation? Only that part alone it will skip, remaining part it will get print. So now you are next also you are giving print, so word, that means you are going to print the word. Next you are giving the print statement, end of the program. So now you are executing the program. So first you are executing, first it will check whether the word is E, no. So the next letter still, so JUMB STAT. So once the program reach this letter E, so condition is true, isn't it? The letter is E. Break means automatically it will skip, remaining part of the program it will won't execute, it will come outside of the. But continue statement it's not like that, only that part alone it will skip. So it won't print the letter E. So remaining things M, so next also E, so it won't get print. Remaining things NT. Okay students, only that part alone it will skip the program, remaining part of all the program will get print. Okay, so and also, so next also what are the things you are giving outside, that print things also you will get as output. So what you are giving? End of the program here. So next output line you will get end of the program. So understood students? Understood? So what are things you have studied? So break statement as well as continue statement. Okay student? So next one is the pass statement. Okay, pass statement we can say as a null statement. Okay, so in Python program we can say pass statement as well, students, null statement. Okay, so actually pass statement normally if we won't use inside the Python program. So if you are using the pass statement in this program also, the Python will get ignore the particular word pass. Okay, so normally they will use the pass statement in if class. Okay, so sometimes if in the program some lines of the program no need to execute, or some lines of the program you need to skip, so that part you can give which one, students? Pass statement. Okay, so what's the syntax means? Syntax you can come with the word pass. Okay, see this number, sorry, see this program. So first you are giving one variable A. Okay, so in that variable, so you are going to enter some number. Number means it's a data type of int, so you should give the data type called what? Int. Okay, then so inside the input of function, so input enter any number. So how many brackets you need to close? 2. So here one opening, here one opening, so 2 brackets you need to close. Then my condition is if A is double equal to 0. Okay, my condition is if A is double equal to 0 means you need to give which one? Pass. So remaining part of the program no need to get execute. So if from the pass and remaining part will get execute. What's the remaining part? Non-zero value is accepted. Okay, so now I am running the program. So what output you will get? Enter any number. So I am entering the number 3. Okay, whether 3 is double equal to 0. So condition get false, isn't it? Whether condition is true, 3 double equal to 0, no, condition false. So condition false means which part will execute? Automatically it will come outside. So non-zero in the else part it will come. Non-zero value is accepted. Understood? Okay, see the next program. So for inside the for loop they are giving for. So what's the variable name? Val. In you are giving the word called computer. Next I am giving pass statement. But here I am not giving any conditions or anything. Only I am giving the string. So if you are giving the pass statements, it will skip the first what where you are giving that part it will skip, and only the remaining things you will get output. So what's the output you will get? So whether anything you are going to check anything? No, only you are giving the print statement, end of the loop structure will built in. So only that part alone you will get as output. Understood students? So today you have studied jump statements, very important question. So among that, break statement and continue statement you should study well. Okay, very important question students, so don't waste time. So this time is very useful for you, isn't it? This time is very useful for you, so please don't waste time as well as so study well. Take care well students, so we can continue. So actually this chapter 6 get over by this. Okay, then next class I am going to mark the question answers for this chapter. Remain you can continue the next chapter. Okay students, so thank you students, take care well, thank you.